a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC. Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell, your full AccuWeather forecast right across the top of this and all your CNC local news pages. Rochester has its second homicide of the year. City police say this happened on Bartlett Street, southwest of Cornhill, on Tuesday evening. Police were called to the neighborhood for a report of shots fired, and there they found a 48-year-old man who had been shot to death on the porch of a house. They haven't released the victim's identity or said whether that was his house. They're asking anyone with information to call 911. Gunshots were fired on State Street in downtown Rochester Tuesday as a police officer shot and wounded a suspect near the Federal Building. Rochester police say a marshal was trying to serve an eviction notice on a man at 119 State Street, which is the Cooper Union, a transitional housing facility run by the Volunteers of America. The man was a tenant on the third floor. He was being evicted after legal process for non-payment of rent. He resisted. Police were called in as a backup to control the situation. The man apparently then threw bleach at the officers, hitting at least one in the face. Several shots were fired at the man. He was hit and was taken to the hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Police say 4 officers were also taken to the hospital, but none of them were shot or stabbed, and a witness said one of them did appear to have been hit in the face with the bleach. None of the VOA staff or tenants in the building were hurt. State Street was closed for about 90 minutes. The investigation is continuing. And just a couple of blocks to the east, a 53-year-old woman was stabbed multiple times inside the Andrews Terrace apartment building on St. Paul Street. Police say they're looking for a person of interest in the case. They're asking anyone with information about that one to call 911. The woman was found Tuesday morning in the stairwell between the 18th and 19th floors of the high-rise. She was taken to Strong Memorial Hospital. Police said her injuries were possibly life-threatening. At Rochester Police Chief James Shepard plans a news conference Wednesday to address this string of violent incidents. Firefighters saved an Irondequoit man from his burning home on Tamarack Drive off Culver Tuesday afternoon. He was taken to the hospital for treatment of smoke inhalation. This is a cell phone snap of the scene. Several Irondequoit fire companies, including Point Pleasant, responded. So did the city of Rochester. A Rochester fire unit was at Irondequoit Bay scouting spots to conduct ice rescue training. When they spotted the smoke and went to the scene, firefighters carried the homeowner out after he was briefly trapped inside his smoke-filled house. The house is a complete loss. The cause is under investigation. In Greece, smoke detectors woke a family on Ballard Avenue off Maiden Lane early Wednesday morning in time to get out when fire hit their house just before 2 in the morning. Firefighters arrived to find the 4 residents were already outside. All were taken to the hospital to be checked and for treatment of smoke inhalation. The fire started on the 2nd floor of that home and the cause again under investigation. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department says the man found Monday evening by the side of the road in Pittsford was struck and killed by a car. The motorist did call 911 to report the incident, but thought he'd hit a roadside garbage can. Deputies identified the man found at East Avenue and Kilbourne Road as 26-year-old Vaughn Steele of Pittsford. He was taken to Strong Memorial and pronounced dead there. Deputies interviewed the driver, whom they believe hit Steele. The investigation is continuing. So far, no charges have been filed. The case against a Greece woman charged with buying 2 of the guns used in the fatal ambush of the West Webster firefighters will be adjourned for 60 days. 24-year-old Dawn Nguyen was in U.S. District Court in Rochester Tuesday. She's accused of lying on an application used to purchase the guns, saying they would be hers when she was actually buying them for William Spangler. Spangler then, of course, set his house on fire Christmas Eve and used the guns to kill 2 firefighters and wound 2 others when they responded. Her attorney says he'll discuss the case with her and whether or not to enter a plea during the 2-month adjournment. Nguyen already faces state charges for allegedly lying on the background check form when she bought the guns, and those charges have been referred to a grand jury. Lying on one of those forms is a felony. She'll be back in court on April 1st. Meanwhile, she remains free on her own recognizance. And the New York State Department of Transportation says it will close the Route 259 lift bridge over the Erie Canal in Spencerport for the next 5 weekends while it repairs deteriorated structural steel. This starts Saturday, February 2nd at 7 in the morning. The bridge will close each Saturday morning at 7, open again Sunday evenings at 6, and this will be through early March. Staying on schedule, of course, depends on the weather conditions. While the bridge is closed to traffic, detours will be up, leading traffic around by Route 31 to the Sweden Walker Road and then up to Ridge Road. The temporary traffic light at the Martha Street Bridge over the Erie Canal will be turned on. Because the bridge will be partly raised and locked in that position during the construction, the sidewalk access will also be closed. Until the work is done, the bridge will be posted with a 7-ton weight limit. To the left of the player window are links to these and other stories, and at the bottom of the page, links you can use to post news, sports, and other information directly to us. We're a community news resource, so let us know about your birth and your wedding announcements, your business openings. Anything like that is of interest to us. Next news is as it happens. Updates are when necessary, and you help us be the judge of that by the things you post to us right here on CNC. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.